Hello there, friends. Welcome to our Good Citizen adventure. I am just so excited you're here with me today because we're going to go on a spectacular, totally amazing, and super fun journey. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're actually following a group of kids on an incredible adventure through their whole entire day. We're going to start right at the very beginning of the day. The morning bell is ringing and everyone's arriving at school. But hold on a second. As our friends walk up to the schoolyard, things are looking a little bit wild today. Let's take a look. Oh boy, take a really close look at this playground. Can you spot the problems? Seriously, point right at the screen. Look over there, someone literally just dropped a sticky juice box right on the sidewalk and walked away. Yuck. And look at the swing set. We've got two kids tugging and pulling, totally fighting over the exact same swing. And over by the slide, well, one girl is trying to tell this funny story, but another boy just keeps jumping in and interrupting her loudly. So shout it out. Are these kids making good choices? No way. This playground is kind of a mess, right? So to fix our playground, we need to learn a really special, absolutely important word. Are you ready? The word is citizen. A citizen is just a person who belongs to a community. And guess what? A community is simply a place where people live, work, and play together. That means your school is a community, your neighborhood is a community, and you are a citizen. Yep, that's right. Even kids are citizens. And good citizens? Well, they're kind of like everyday superheroes who just help make their community a much better, happier place to live. All right, let's head inside the classroom with our friends and see what happens next. Oh no, look over by the reading corner. One of the kids spots this really beautiful classroom book lying on the floor, and oh man, some of the pages are all bent and torn. But instead of picking it up, he crosses his arms, makes a silly, grumpy face, and goes, "Not my problem." Then he literally just walks away. What do you think? Good citizen or bad choice? Shout it out. What would you do if you saw that book? Well, if you shouted bad choice, you are absolutely right. The way better choice is to gently pick up the book and tell the teacher. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what being a good citizen is all about. Good citizens help out. They share, they take turns on the swings, they listen when others are talking, and they protect school property, like taking really good care of the books and the toys so everyone gets to enjoy them. When we make good choices, our whole classroom community is just so much happier. Section 1, Rights and Responsibilities. Let's see how they go together. Ring, 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 the school bell is ringing and school is out. So as our friends grab their backpacks and head to the park for the afternoon, let's learn how a right and a responsibility are actually best friends. Seriously, they always go together. Now, a right is something you're allowed to have or do. For example, you have the right to go to school and learn. But remember its best friend? Your responsibility is something you should do. So if you have the right to go to school, your responsibility is to listen, participate, and try your absolute best. Let's move to our next scene and see how this works when our friends arrive at the park. Remember, rights and responsibilities go everywhere with us. So at the park, you have the right to play safely on the slides, climb the monkey bars, and run in the grass. It's this awesome community space for everyone. But what's the responsibility, best friend? Well, your responsibility is to keep the park clean. That means no breaking things, making sure we play safely, and always throwing away our trash. But wait, look at this silly kid on the grass. He's stomping his foot and shouting, "I have the right to play here." And, well, he is totally right about that. But look around him. He just dropped 17 empty juice boxes all over the green grass. 17! Another kid walks up and says, "Yes, you have the right to play here, but does that mean you can leave 17 juice boxes on the ground?" What do you think? What did this silly kid forget? He forgot his responsibility. That's right. Having a right doesn't mean we can just do whatever we want and make a giant mess. We must respect others and clean up our litter. And respect just means treating people and places kindly and fairly. So when the boy realizes his mistake, he quickly picks up all 17 juice boxes and tosses them right in the recycling bin. Now he's treating everyone fairly, caring for the environment, and being a truly great citizen. Section 2, Rules versus Laws. The sun is starting to set, and it's time for our friends to hop in the car and ride home. So, the crucial point is, as we travel through our community, we're going to see a lot of different instructions on how to behave. First, let's talk about a rule. A rule is a guide for how we should behave, and rules are made by families or teachers or even you when you're playing a game.
Think about it. Raising your hand before you speak is a rule. Waiting your turn to kick the soccer ball is a rule. Walking quietly in the school hallway is a rule. Rules just help us play fair and get along with each other in our homes and classrooms. Now, a law is a little bit different. A law is an official, super important rule that is made by the government. Laws are for the whole entire community, the whole city, or even the whole country. So why does the government make laws? Well, to keep people safe, to protect our property, and to make sure everyone's rights are respected. You absolutely must follow laws, or there can be big trouble.
Okay, time for a quick challenge. Look out the window of the car on our ride home. The driver sees a bright red traffic light up ahead and brings the car to a complete stop. What do you think? Is stopping the car at a red light a rule made by a teacher or a law made by the government? Come on, shout out your answer at the screen right now. Rule or law? If you shouted LAW, you are brilliant. It is a law. But wait, some people think having to follow rules and laws all the time is annoying. They might say, why do we need rules anyway? Well, close your eyes for a second. Imagine a totally wild, goofy, upside-down dream world where there were 0 rules and 0 laws. Literally none at all. What do you think would happen? Oh my goodness, it would be absolute chaos. Look at this classroom without rules. Everyone is talking and shouting at the exact same time so nobody can hear the story. Kids are running wildly all over the desks. Nobody's waiting for their turn to paint, so paint is splashing everywhere. It's completely impossible to play any games because literally nobody knows how to be fair. And outside, without laws, it's even crazier. Cars are completely ignoring the traffic lights, bumping into each other, and causing the most ridiculous, giant traffic jams you have ever seen. The playground? It's turned into a giant, messy disaster with trash everywhere, and nobody is sharing anything. It's loud, it's messy, and nobody feels safe at all. Look at this wild world. Let me ask you, is this actually fun, or is it just a really big, giant mess? Would you want to live in a town where nobody waits their turn, nobody cleans up, and cars don't stop at red lights? Shout it out for me. Fun or mess? A giant mess, right? Whew, let's snap back to reality. Ah, look at that. Our friends are safely back at home, eating dinner together peacefully. It feels so much better. And this is exactly why we need rules and laws. They aren't there to be annoying. They're there to help us stay safe, to make sure everyone is treated fairly, and to help us solve problems peacefully. When we follow rules and laws, everyone gets to enjoy the community. So, as our amazing Good Citizen adventure comes to an end, I have one final, super important question to leave you with. Since governments make the laws for the town, and families and teachers make the rules for our homes and schools, who is responsible for following them today? Well, the answer is you. Everyone has a responsibility to follow the rules, make good choices, and be an incredible citizen every single day. I know you're going to be an awesome citizen today. Thanks for exploring with me, and I'll see you next time on The Explainer.